The movie begins by showing a breaking news story about a rare rainstorm hitting the United States, causing a complete shutdown of all activities, even the phone and internet networks, which happens only once every century. Then we switch to a bus carrying 5 new prisoners with different criminal cases. All of them are considered violent offenders. However, the group on the bus doesn't know that there's a secret plan among some of the prisoners to rebel, and their sole objective is to free one particular inmate. Now, the scene shifts to a police station in the Louisiana area, which is already flooded due to the heavy rain. The storm is so severe that all communication lines are down, leaving the officers cut off from the outside world. Meanwhile, the group of rebels is all set to ambush the prisoner bus on its way to the jail. Inside the police station, Sheriff Nicky is having a heated discussion with one of his men, Pine. Nicky instructs Pine to go downstairs and check the sewer, but what Pine doesn't know is that 2 crocodiles have made their way into the office. As Pine enters the area, everything seems okay at first, but he notices the CCTV cable is broken. In a rush to fix it, he doesn't realize a crocodile sneaking up from behind. With the water at knee height, Pine is limited in his movements, and he accidentally drops his flashlight, only to be attacked by the crocodile. It's a tense and dangerous situation. In another scenario, the prisoner transport bus finally arrives, but the heavy rainfall keeps causing disruptions. Despite the challenging conditions, the prisoners need to be placed in their cells, and Sheriff Nicky agrees to the surrender. She instructs all the prisoners to get off the bus and enter the office. While at the end of the road, the rebel team is all set to strike, patiently waiting for the right moment. The 5 prisoners are now locked up in the office, but Sheriff Nicky doesn't seem bothered at all. Her main focus is to do her job efficiently and keep the prisoners under control. On the other hand, some of the prisoners try to act tough and show off their intimidating demeanor, but Nicky remains unfazed and determined to maintain order. At this point, nobody knows which prisoners the rebels are planning to help, but they waste no time and launch their attack. The front room of the office becomes a chaotic battleground as hot bullets pierce through, leaving Sheriff Nicky and her men helpless. Despite their best efforts, they are unable to do much to stop the onslaught, and tragically, one of the officers loses their life in the midst of the chaos. The intruders faced a similar fate, with one of their own members meeting his end during the attack. However, their leader, Rafe, showed no concern and promptly instructed his men to take Sheriff Nicky into the prison room. It becomes apparent that the intruders' main objective was to free a prisoner named Russell, who had a horrifying criminal record of killing 69 policemen over 69 months, earning him a 69-year prison sentence. Before leaving, Rafe assigns one of his men to check the CCTV server and then leads Sheriff Nicky downstairs. Unfortunately, Sheriff Nicky remains unaware of Pine's demise, and when she tries to retrieve what she thinks is a flashlight from the water, she is shocked to find a hand instead. Suddenly, crocodiles emerge from the water, trapping them both in a dire situation. Bullets are fired in an attempt to fend off the threat, but there is no time for any celebration on the intruder's side, especially for one woman among them. Amidst the gunfire, Rafe quickly heads downstairs to assess the situation. As he reaches the lower floor, he notices something amiss and spots Sheriff Nicky, completely soaked. It becomes evident that the crocodile threat is still there. In a rush, Rafe and the others try to make their way to the prison cells. But as they open the cell door, tragedy strikes. Rafe is suddenly ambushed and dragged away by a crocodile. His fate remains uncertain as the crocodile takes him to an unknown destination. For a moment, Rafe's men were upset with Sheriff Nicky, and even some prisoners who were set free to fight couldn't stand seeing her. They thought she was just a small woman against their big bodies. However, to everyone's surprise, Nicky proved her greatness by single-handedly taking on the intruders. Witnessing her bravery, the other prisoners rally behind her and join the fight against the intruders. As they confront the intruders, they realize that escaping through the door is impossible, and their only option is to climb up to the ceiling. They take turns climbing, but some of the prisoners show more talk than courage, making it seem like an easy task. However, their overconfidence blinds them to the fact that a crocodile has sneaked in with them. To buy some time for the others, a tattooed grandfather among the prisoners bravely sacrifices himself, but his fellow inmate quickly realizes the danger and pulls him back. Unfortunately, the tattooed grandfather becomes the target of two hungry crocodiles, and he is devoured right there in the cell room. In a desperate attempt to defend themselves, they manage to paralyze one crocodile, but sadly, an officer gets devoured during the exchange. In the chaos, they rush into a room, and Sheriff Nikki decides to split up. She chooses to go with Russell and another prisoner. They hurry into a warehouse, but when they get there, Sheriff Nikki doesn't give any immediate orders. Instead, she starts chatting with Russell. The delay proves fatal as the crocodiles catch up to them. Tragically, one of the prisoners who was with Sheriff Nikki gets attacked and devoured by a crocodile. In a different room, chaos erupts as a large prisoner collaborates with one of the intruders, causing a riot. However, the situation changes dramatically with the arrival of Sheriff Nikki along with Russell. They take down the intruder, but the large prisoner falls victim to a crocodile attack. Amidst the turmoil, another prisoner attempts to tame one of the crocodiles, but he is swiftly intercepted and attacked. Unexpectedly, Rafe reappears, still alive. Sheriff Nikki doesn't waste any time and grabs a weapon, determined to do something important. But Rafe, driven by wicked intentions, tries to stop her, leading to a confrontation between them and Russell, who can't stand Rafe's actions and steps in to defend Nikki. It's a tense and dangerous situation, with emotions running high as the fight ensues. On the other side, Sheriff Nikki devises a daring plan to lure all the crocodiles together. With quick thinking, she shoots the gas tank, causing a massive explosion that saves Russell from the clutches of Rafe. The explosion helps them survive the dangerous situation and puts an end to Rafe's threat. As the movie reaches its conclusion, the rainstorm finally subsides and the sun starts to shine once again. Sheriff Nikki and Russell find themselves separated, and at this moment, there is no more need for arrests or confinement. Both of them realize they need freedom, and their paths take them on new journeys beyond this tumultuous ordeal. The moral of the story is to not mess with Sheriff Nikki. She'll take down bad guys and crocodiles with equal ferocity.